Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my first update for my Pan That Palette project for 2024. So I am doing the fun size palette project with the Pantastic Lady, so lots of other people are doing this project. I am so glad that it's a small palette because it does feel a little bit more approachable. I actually have kind of expanded this little, because why do things easy? I obviously never do things easy. I actually have two eyeshadow palettes and three little mini facial quads. So let's start off with the first eyeshadow palette. The first one is the Charlotte Tilbury quad in the Dolce Vita. I am only really working on this first shade right here. I don't know if you'll be able to see, there is a dip, like it's starting to already dip. I am feeling very encouraged using this because it's a very soft shadow, so I do feel like I will hit pan on this. Potentially I could finish it. Again, I don't know once I hit pan how I will feel. Do I want to continue working on it? Do I want to move on to something else? This palette will be going at the end of the year. I did play with, I'll talk about it a little bit later. I did play with this shade and I have no interest in this shade at all. It does nothing for me. I can get it to like build up a little bit, and I'll talk about that in a second, but I don't like the tone of it. It's a very goldy, bronzy shade, which just doesn't really work for me. It's not something, if I'm going to add a pop of sparkle, I want it to be brighter, and I feel like this deepens the look, and I don't really like that. And again, I did play with these two. I have been using this one. It would be nice to hit pan on this shade as well. But the interesting thing, the other thing about this palette is like this is like a reddish, I mean, it looks reddish in like a reddish brown in the palette, but it just looks brown. It just looks like a light brown on the eyes. So, or like a mid-tone brown. So like that shade, like it's gonna be like a kitty corner thing. Like I don't really see much progress happening on these two shades, but these two shades I feel like will be good to move along. So I am weighing this palette. I will be putting up photos as well. So I'll put the photo up as well for this one. But the weight change on this one, last month it was 54.15 grams. This update it is 54 grams even. That's a difference of 0.15 grams. And then the other eyeshadow palette I'm playing with is this little guy. It is so cute. I love it. It is the I Mean Multicube in the pink shade. I am actually playing with all four shades in this one, mostly focusing on this guy right here. Again, I don't know if you can see much of a dip. There is a little bit of a dip in this one. And for this one, it's again probably going to be more kitty corner. I have been playing with this shimmer shade. I can get so much pop out of this shimmer shade. Wow, that's really hard. Say that 5 times fast. This shimmer shade, not happening. If I take this and put it over top of the eyeshadow primer that I've been using in my Project Pan, the glitter glue, if I put this over the glitter glue, it just pops for some reason. It makes that, I guess I get more stick with this shimmer, and like the Charlotte Tilbury, I get a bit more stick. I feel like the Charlotte Tilbury still doesn't work great, even with the glitter glue, but it does give you a little bit more color. But again, it's got too much deepness to it for me to really see a good effect. But this just really, really pops. I'll have to do this next month because I'm kind of like, I just wanted to get filming this. I normally, again, let's elephant in the room. I'm wearing the same makeup in this video as I am in my No Pan Left Behind, and I normally never do that. If I'm filming more than one video in a day, I usually like change my makeup up, change what I'm wearing, do something different. I did change my lip color up just to make it a little different, but I really like this eyeshadow look, and I'm like, I don't want to wash it off. I don't want to change it. Normally, so insider tip, if I know I'm gonna do that, I tend to do sort of like a simpler look or like a lighter color, and then I'll add to it when I do like another video later in that day. So like, had I planned this out, I would have done like a more neutral brown look, and then I could easily just like maybe dust some of that off and then build on top of it with something different. I hope that makes sense. That's how I film multiple videos in a day, if I do multiple videos in a day, which I don't do often anymore, but I used to. When I was like hardcore 3 videos a week, there was a certain time in my life where I actually did do three videos a week consistently for a while. And so I would film like 3 videos on Saturday if I could get it done. Get them all done one day. Anyway, tangent. Putting this over glitter glue really made this work. So next update, I'll actually try and show that on my hand. I should have brought the glitter glue so that I could have showed it. Maybe I'll insert a photo. No, I probably won't get around to doing that. I'll try and remember that for next update. But I was really, really surprised. I also do kind of like gouge this out a little bit to like get more product out of that little shimmer on this side. But yeah, I am just kind of focusing on these two right now. I haven't been using the blush. I do want to dip into this blush, but I know it's going to throw the weights off of everything. So I haven't, but I might. And it's just going to throw the weights off for the eyeshadows. It'll just more be like a weight thing change for the whole palette, not just the eyeshadows. If and when I do that. I shouldn't say if, when I do that. So last month, this palette was 31.04 grams. It's now 30.56 grams. I should have made my font a little bit bigger or moved my computer a little closer. That's a difference of 0.08 grams. And then again, I have my little 3 fun size face palettes here that I'm enjoying playing with these. So the first one is the bronzer quad. I feel like this one, oh, even looking at the weights, this one has definitely had the least amount of usage. I have been focusing on my Partners in Cream one, and again, the one in my Project Pan, because I want to get some movement on that one, because it was fresh. So this one's taken a little bit of a hit on that. Also, this one's very warm toned, and I feel like I'm going to enjoy this one. I'm trying to get the lid off. A little bit more in the summertime. I have played with the 2 biggest ones mostly, but I normally just take with this, I usually just take a big brush and kind of swirl the whole thing up. But yeah, this one's taken a bit of a back seat. So last month it was 24.33 grams. It's now 24.24 grams. It's a difference of 0.09 grams. This one's been really fun to play with. This is the blush palette, and I really enjoy, this is a very cool tone pink, which has actually been really fun to play with, because I feel like a lot of my other blushes are very, they all have a hint of warmth, even if they look cool tone in the palette, at least my Project Pan stuff. I'm not wearing any of this today. I am wearing my Beverly Hills, what's my bronzer? Bronzer's the Too Faced Chocolate Bronzer, Chocolate Soleil Bronzer with Beverly Hills Merit Cream Blush. And then the highlight is the Cleona highlight. Just trying to remember what highlight. And I have that on my inner corner, the inner corner of my eyes as well. But yeah, I really enjoyed, this is a very cool tone blush. And I feel like a lot of my blushes, in my singles, are not very cool toned. And then this one's been really fun. The one day I just decided to just try this one. It's super light, but it's got a shimmer to it. I don't know how well that will, a sheen. So it ends up looking really, really pretty on the cheeks. It's sort of subtle, but you get this sort of blush highlight. And if that's all you wear, I don't know, it kind of caught me off guard how much I enjoyed how that looked. But it was really, really fun and really pretty. And I was like, oh, that'll be really nice to kind of, again, talked about this in my No Pan Left Behind project, trying to wear stuff at work that's fun and interesting, but not too crazy for makeup. Sorry, almost forgot about the weight changes on this one. So last month this was 22.27 grams. It's now 22.11 grams. That's a difference of 0.16 grams. And then last up we have this little highlight palette. I've actually focused on this little guy right in here. Again, because it's more of a neutral. I sometimes mix the 2 big pans together because this one's too gold. This one's pretty light. Sometimes I just go in with the light one because, again, I'm at my palest right now. And yeah, the one that I've been using a lot, though, I'm trying to see if I can get a good swatch, is the little guy. And I don't have an issue using it because brushes that I use for highlight tend to be a bit more tapered, so I can get the tip of the brush in there. And then that's it right there. It's just a really nice everyday color. And yeah, I'm really enjoying that combo of sort of subtle but pretty. You know what I mean? They're just pretty. I really enjoy them. So I'm enjoying playing with these guys. I'm going to keep going with this. I wasn't sure when I introduced these last, at the intro. I'm we'll see how this goes. I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to keep rolling with these guys. We're going to see how far along we get with them. I did have a backup idea, but no, we're going to keep going with these guys. I'm really happy with playing with them, and I think, yeah, I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. So, the weight change on this one. Last month it was 24.21 grams. It's now 24.01 grams. That's a difference of, is that right? Yes, 0.2 grams. So did I math that right? Yes, I did math that right. So yeah, this project is going really well. I think it's helpful that this is not overwhelming because of the No Pan Left Behind project and my other Project Pans. I feel like this one's easy now. This year, this is the kind of pan that palette that I can do. Pan one eyeshadow, or just get pan in one eyeshadow in a small palette. I like that. I can do that. I might continue to do that going forward. It's very similar to what I did last year. I had a very small selection of eyeshadows last year that I was panning, and that felt very approachable as well, compared to pulling like a large palette like this and saying, okay, pan this palette. Like, that to me is overwhelming. I know some people, like, again, I'm always amazed at Danny. Like, Danny, you are a trooper. I don't know how you pan the eyeshadows the way you pan eyeshadows. I wish I could. I mean, she does beautiful eye looks too, so probably if I wore more eyeshadow, I would pan them, but some days I get super lazy and it's like one shadow and then out the door. So yeah, anyway, I hope you liked this update. If you did, feel free to give a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.